Well, it's been over a month now since the death of Iryna Zarutska, and now the North Carolina State Auditor has released part of its findings on Charlotte's transit agency. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane shares what the report shares so far and how city leaders are responding. Richard.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ben. Good morning, Lisa. Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Yeah, that report says that when it comes to Charlotte's light rail, the city has spent a lot of money and gotten diminished returns when it comes to the way it protects people on its transportation system. A new preliminary report from the North Carolina State Auditor is raising serious concerns about security on Charlotte's transit system. The audit, prompted by the tragic murder of Iryna Zarutska aboard the CATS train, reveals that while the value of private security contracts tripled from $5.9 million in 22 to 18.4 million this year, the number of armed guards has dropped by at least 40%. Actually, CATS only employs about 39 armed officers to cover its entire system. You know, that's not even enough for each of its 48 train cars, let alone its buses. Now, the report also questions the influence of Charlotte's business inclusion program, which the report says prioritizes minorities and women-owned firms. In one case, the city restricted a security contract to vendors who are registered only with that program, excluding other qualified bidders, the report says, and not providing proper safety for its passengers, which leaves many folks feeling uneasy.
I see more people in like the yellow vests, more security people. I have seen the bike officers, they do patrol the areas a little more.
But a lot of times they're acting like the passengers, their faces in their phone.
And I think a lot of this comes down to people feeling like if something were to happen to them, it's just up to them to protect themselves, and like maybe they can't rely on the people around them.
And that is the question for a lot of folks about safety on CATS. Now, for its parts, the CATS says it has increased the number of patrol officers you see out on its platforms and on its trains. Of course, some folks say that still doesn't seem to be enough. The full report will come out in a few weeks. We'll bring you the details when we get it. Right now, we're on the light rail station in Charlotte. This is Richard Devane. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Richard, thank you. Looking ahead, Friday, city leaders are expected to announce new security measures for CATS to improve public safety as many people around Charlotte continue to push for it. We've talked about that. We'll have coverage from that announcement and more details on security enhancements that are being implemented.